We're here in Berlin at the Block Show Europe, and we're here with a very special guest, the president of Liberland. Could you please introduce yourself?
Well, I'm Vít. People also call me president sometimes, but I really would like to help to put together the freest country on this planet. That's my mission for the last 3 years. I'm doing quite well with it. I would say we've got almost 550,000 people now registered on our website who want to become citizens. They come from all countries on the planet. It's amazing. We've got even 5,000 Germans signed up there, and it's an exciting venture in which we've got a lot of people that want to help us. We also want to build up a smart ecosystem in which we replace the obligatory taxes with voluntary tax system. We replace the traditional justice system with a decentralized justice system. So we want to be an innovative statehood.
And actually, these people, more than 550,000, they're really gonna actually stay?
Well, it would not be possible because Liberland is small. It's 3 times larger than Monaco. So we can roughly fit reasonably 140,000 people there. We don't want to also give out more than 140,000 citizenships. So we will find a way how to select the people. The conditions that we set are in general followed by some 170,000 people. So there is still some people that we will not be able to give the citizenship to. But anybody around the world can be a resident of Liberland, easy. It's just by signing up basically and doing the KYC. People will be getting their ID card, and they will be able to use it with different banking institutions. We are negotiating that. We're able to use it with other crypto exchanges, for example, and another friendly. They will be able to start their companies that actually already can do it. We've got first crypto exchange that moved to Liberland. We've got the first market that is in Liberland. Yeah, we've got some anonymous currencies that also decided they will put their headquarters in Liberland. So it's exciting, and the ecosystem is growing.
So for instance, when I'm an Indonesian citizen, I can actually become also a citizen of Liberland just online actually.
It is easy. People just need to, if they want to not just become e-residents, but they also want to become citizens, they just need to find a way to contribute to the cause somehow. And we don't care in what way. We accept all cryptocurrencies, but we accept also any other form of support.
And if I want to apply for the citizenship and actually want to stay in your country, what do you need to apply to, or is the waiting list over?
Well, right now, the situation in the land directly is still a bit difficult. We've got some issues that we are resolving with Croatians. I hope we will resolve them soon. But meanwhile, people can actually stay on boats next to Liberland. Now we can host some 150 people for different events. It's going to even go higher during the summer. So it's kind of romantic. We've got Danube River, which is 600 meters wide, a beautiful river, lots of sandy beaches. So the summer in Liberland is great.
Wow, yeah, fantastic. I mean, but how did it actually? It is a piece of land bordering Croatia and Serbia,
Yes.
and was it like a free land for
It
ages?
was not claimed for 26 years. It was not claimed by either Croatia or Serbia. It's one of the very few pieces left on this planet which were not claimed by any sovereign country. And we saw a great opportunity for the whole region, for the freedom-loving people to actually have some base, to have some country.
And do you actually also integrate, or how do you say, promote people from Croatia and Serbia to actually build a community from these countries to get some support from the neighboring countries?
Yeah, well, we've got a lot of support. For our anniversary, we had the third most popular politician that came to celebrate with us to Liberland. It was very exciting, and the people that support Liberland in Croatia are growing all the time. We've got already lots of support from Serbia, for example. The mayor of Apatin received the highest Liberland State Award 2 months ago, so we've got great supporters on both sides of the river.
What are actually your plans? You have like a cryptocurrency exchange. You have plans for the. What are the most revolutionary? You can actually develop your own country.
Yeah, and we want to open people's minds about the fact that even these things are possible, and they maybe should start thinking differently about the way they are running their countries, right? We want to inspire people to come up with new governance systems and really combine the best out of the freedom ideas with the best out of the technology ideas and build something great.
Yeah, for instance, voting via the blockchain, that could be like very obvious.
I mean, we've got a bunch of companies that are supporting this. I'm looking for somebody who will be able to do it properly, but our tokenomics actually, and the token that we are building will have these things incorporated directly. But we're still fine-tuning the mechanisms how the voting will be like. So, for example, Liberland is a meritocracy. The more taxes you pay, the higher will be your vote in a way, but only the positive one. If you're a citizen, the majority of citizens will be able to veto any type of decision by the merit holders. And I think it's much better than if a person that pays $20 million in taxes has the same vote like the person that killed 10 people and to steal $10 million. So it's something that we need to put back in alignment, the incentives in the society. And I think that's something we need to actually fix globally, because the democracies really are not giving us the best result possible.
So it will be a meritocracy.
Yes.
And what are actually the plans for 2018, the next plans?
Well, the big plan is now to open officially our embassy in Somaliland. That was the first country that recognized us. That's something to come up with really soon. We will build a nice community spa, co-working space, conference center on the river next to Liberland in a month also for now. We are going to visit a couple more countries in an official way. So there are great things on our roadmap this year. And we will also launch our cryptocurrency. I've got a great thing to tell you. We've got the Cambridge University team, technical team, to help us with the building of our blockchain. So it's a great, I think, one of the best institutions that can help us develop this.
Is it a utility token or utility?
You know, that's the thing. You don't have to solve these bullshit in Liberland. Utility security. It's one of those most crazy debates that I saw in my life, right? Still a token, and is it utility or it's like one of the biggest nonsense that this society is occupied with. Oh, it brings you dividends, but it's not really a security. I mean, it's one of the things we really want to avoid in Liberland. These crazy regulations and crazy nonsense debating it.
And does it have a name, the token?
It's merit.
Merit?
Yes, Liberland merit. Anybody that contributed so far to Liberland got these merits, but they are in a stake form, in the form that will actually allow you to vote. The tradable phone will be issued once our blockchain is issued.
So for instance, I've got a couple of merits and I want to vote via the blockchain or something, then you have to issue some merits. I don't know how.
Yeah, right now the system of voting is centralized, but with our blockchain we will decentralize it as well. So the stake merits will be staked by smart contract, and they will be in no centralized database. And we are test-proofing the concepts now in a central way, but then we will distribute them.
What do you say? A few questions. What do you say to people, like also big companies and governments that actually want to visit your country?
Well, it's easy. They can, if they want to physically visit, they can take Air Liberland going directly from Prague to Liberland or next to Liberland on a airfield there. And
connections.
Yeah. So that's easiest way.
Private jet? Or?
Yeah. So that's the easiest way. And then of course we've got a bunch of boats, so they can go from Apatin, from Serbia, which is a beautiful city with great free trade zone, by the way, which we are encouraging Liberland businesses to go to, especially the ones that are into heavy industry. So they take a boat from Apatin and they can go directly to Liberland.
It sounds a bit like paradise.
That's what we are building.
Can you create a society without, for instance, crime or scams, or how do you control it?
And I can tell you, we already have the first scam ICO inside of Liberland. It was launched like 2.5 months ago. They fundraised a lot of money, and they are the most wanted criminals now in Liberland jurisdiction, because of course we do have a law about fighting fraud, and these guys are going to run into some serious troubles because they will be the first and biggest criminals in our jurisdiction. That will give them a lot of publicity.
Do you have prisons?
Not now, but we've got this merit system actually, and they will get these merits, but in minus.
Okay. So they're forever minused in merits.
Well, if they pay the taxes in the value that they have stolen, they can erase their account, right? They can balance it off. Of course, if they add something for the damage to the reputation of the country, of the fact that they're running scam ICOs, but it will be a great showcase of how our justice system is working. And I was just on a panel with a bunch of people talking about regulation, and I think it's much better than to do some regulations that some ICOs, no, just to basically prosecute people that are doing scams, because no matter what kind of regulations you will have, there will be still scams. And it's actually much easier to focus on positive things, and if something bad happens, then fix it, but fast and efficiently.
Okay. Last question: what is this personal journey for you? I mean, what is your background? And I mean, then you become president of Liberland. What is your personal journey actually?
Well, I studied economy, political science. I was always doing some business on the side. I was also financial analyst. We run a big educational portal about freedom. We started a political party which made it to European Parliament. So a lot of things, but then I decided, like, if I really want to change something, I cannot keep on fighting with the existing system. I cannot convince my fellow Czech citizens to do something. They were the guys that actually kept communists in power for 40 years. So it's hard to convince such a society to change something. It's much better to lead the other countries by good example, and that's what we are doing.
Actually, Czech Republic has, Czechoslovakia has a history of great politicians. I mean,
some great, and some less great.
Yeah, okay, of course.
If you look into who is the prime minister right now, it's crazy, right? The guy that was also the agent of the communist police is now the prime minister of the country. The one that receives the most EU subsidies and also misuses them is the guy that is taking care of them, because he's the prime minister. It's a crazy situation, and that actually got me a bit skeptical about the fact that we are not going to get anywhere. People actually want this kind of political system. They don't want freedom. They prefer, let's say, security instead of freedom, and they really like to be abused by the political class.
So for you, I mean, you wear a very beautiful flag. For you, this was a nice solution, actually, also personally.
Because, of course, in every single society there is 5%, 6% people that actually want freedom. Those are the ones that are keeping the stuff together and making it work, right? Those are the people really creating jobs, creating value. And of course, maybe you heard about the Gold's Gulch. It's Ayn Rand's novel. It's an interesting book where basically all the people that were creating value in a society got together and they left the existing society. We are invoking a little bit of that. We are really attracting the best out of best, the people that are fed up with the political systems elsewhere, to come to Liberland and create.
No, sounds very good. All the best for Liberland, and we'd love to visit your country actually.
Awesome. I'm looking forward to have you pretty soon.
Okay. Thank you.
Bye-bye.